KwaZulu-Natal MEC for Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, Sipho Hlomuka. A very good evening to you, and thank you so much for speaking to us, MEC. The death toll, as we mentioned, according to earlier figures, put it at 259 people. Has that changed at all?
Good evening to yourself and also to the viewers. And let's start by sending condolences to all the families that they have lost their loved ones. As the provincial government, we are very in pain because we don't want to see anyone that will lose his life. But we must appreciate the work done by the Cream of KwaZulu-Natal, to coordinate all the MECs in KwaZulu-Natal and deploy all of them to different areas to support our people, and also the leadership of eThekwini and other municipalities, because it's not only eThekwini but it's across the province. But there are specific districts that these floods have affected us. But we must also appreciate the support that the president of the country, President Ramaphosa, have provided here in KwaZulu-Natal, because he was here in KwaZulu-Natal today and have provided support. He has made some commitments, and some of the commitments he have already delivered. We must indicate that the number is keeping on increasing from what we had in the midday. As you correctly say, it was around 250 bodies that people that they have lost their life. But as we speak now, it's plus or minus 306 people that they have lost their life. We are still assessing the situation across the province. As we speak, I'm coming from some sites, and I'm going to Uthugela district in Ladysmith, because tomorrow we're working there also, because there's also Uthugela has been affected by the floods with MEC Dube MEC for Treasurer, as well deployed by the Prim and different districts. We want to assure the people of KwaZulu-Natal that we are with them even in these difficult times, but let's make sure that we are safe, we support each other. We want to appeal to all the business people, including religious leaders, to come forward and work and assist our people.
No. Now, you have released a government gazette saying that the province has now been classified as a disaster area in terms of Section 23 of the Disaster Management Act. Practically, what does that mean? You spoke about support. Obviously, the president himself made certain announcements, including that other provinces were willing to assist. But I just want to understand, for those who are faced with these dire situations, and we'll go through them in just a moment, the difficulties that people are facing, what practically are you saying to them is going to be given to them as assistance?
Well, correctly so. Yesterday we presented a detailed report to a Provincial Executive Council of KwaZulu-Natal, led by the Prim of KwaZulu-Natal, Prima Zigalala, which were requesting that the Provincial Executive Council of KwaZulu-Natal to accept our report because of the challenges that we are faced with. We are saying in that report, I think the situation is more than what we think we can able to manage. We don't have. We want to invite nationally to provide more support. Hence, we presented the report that we request that the Provincial Executive Council to take a decision for declaration of disaster. And indeed, the Provincial Executive Council took that decision. We then later invited by the Minister Dlamini Zuma, Dr. Dlamini Zuma, in her committee that he chair of number of ministers and all provinces, where we also presented the report that was adopted by the Provincial Executive Council. And that report, for sure, is a working document or a working report, because on the daily basis we are receiving new updates And we must appreciate the role played by the national government, as already indicated. And we must also accept the support that we are receiving from different provinces. Because we are not only receiving support from the national government, but even the system provinces, they are providing support to us. Others, they have lent us their helicopter. There are private sectors that they have given us a food parcel. They are giving us a blanket. They are giving our people water. As you know, that water has been affected because there is cut off water because of pipes. There's challenge of electricity. That's why tomorrow morning we're also going to coordinate a meeting of interministerial committee that is chaired by myself, MEC for culture, to get more a report, more details, and from there we'll go and assist our people.
I want to understand through the assessment that you're doing now, which are the hotspot areas, the vulnerable areas, as we mentioned through the various reports. We mentioned areas like Otongati, Amanzimtoti, Balito. But can you just tell us what you are watching now?
Say it again, madam.
The hotspot areas, which areas are vulnerable at the moment?
Well, as I indicated, these floods are all over the province. Hence, I'm saying tomorrow.
Can you name them? I understand that they are all over the province, but surely there are areas that you are concerned about now that emergency relief has been sent to, where rescue operations are still underway.
I think for the past 2 days we've been visiting eThekwini, Inanda, Ntuzuma, KwaMashu, Phoenix, Claremont, Pine Thunder, all part of West and also South, which Mazimtoti and Umlazi, the surrounding of eThekwini. But not only eThekwini, even at Indwedwe. That's why tomorrow there is a team that MECs are going to Ilembe district, in particular, and Ndwedwe and Mapumulo, where there is also a serious damage that happened. But other MECs, like MEC Smelane Zulu, she's going to Ugu district to also deal with the challenges at Tumdoni and Renkonyen. I'm going to Uthukela district tomorrow with MEC for Treasurer Finance, MEC Dube to also attend the changes at Alfred Duma. That's what I'm saying is across the province, and we will keep on visiting, because even at Mkhanyakude, Mtubatuba, even at King Kechwayo, in some of the areas, we need to visit our people, because these floods have affected the whole of KwaZulu-Natal.
I want to find out about law enforcement, their deployment and visibility. We've obviously heard various reports of criminals that have been taking advantage of the disaster to commit crimes. Several container trucks that have been looted as they were stuck on the road. There have been break-ins that have been reported. What measures is your department and all other related departments taking to safeguard not only lives but the scarce aid that the people of KwaZulu-Natal are depending on?
Well, we are working close with all law enforcement agencies in the province. We just finished the special executive council called by the Premier, and they were part of the meeting. Even tomorrow they are a part of the interministerial committee, and they've deployed police all over the area to enforce the challenges we are facing in case there are criminal elements that might take an opportunity. We are certain that we are in control of the situation, even though we are trying our level best to say this is not only the government task. Let's work together with our people, with our community, with even other sectors, private sector, as already indicated, even with NGOs, NPOs, and religious sector, to try and assist our people, because this disaster is not something that it was planned by anyone, but it's something that has just come from nowhere. That's why
Mr. Hlomuka, can I just jump in and interrupt you on that point of planning, early disaster management? We've heard from the Weather Bureau that more rains are expected, even though they may not be as harsh. What measures have you put in place? Because this surely does mean more flooding in perhaps low-lying areas, but what plans do you have in place?
Well, we are working together with the South African Weather Services. We are receiving updates on the daily basis. Currently, so we have activated our disaster management team across the province, who have requested all municipalities, all districts to activate the disaster management members and all councillors across the province. We are alerting our people that on this certain day, this is the report that we are receiving from South African Weather Services. They must make sure that they are in the safer zone. They must make sure that they protect each other. Even those who are driving on the road, they must try by all means to ensure that they take care of themselves, and they must protect the people that they are driving with.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us. MEC for Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, Sipho Hlomuka.